Now, if you're faced with a bleeding emergency, would you know what to do to save a person's life? A Stop the Bleed training program set for this coming Friday from 2 to 4 in the afternoon at Hartford Healthcare St. Vincent's Medical Center. Joining me this morning, EMS Program Manager Shannon Spalding. Tell us more about it. Shannon, great seeing you. Let me start right here. How difficult is it to stop someone from bleeding in an emergency situation?
It can be pretty difficult, and so we have some specialized tools to do that, and we talk about those in depth in that training, which can potentially save a life, and so we feel like it's very important to provide those tools to the public.
Yeah, and why invite the general public to this training program coming up this Friday?
So this is in support of the recent legislation that passed that's adding Stop the Bleed kits in public spaces that already have AEDs posted. They'll have kits like this. You'll see them generally next to the AED. And so if they're going to be in the public, then we should teach the public to use them. Just like with the AEDs, we found that in cardiac arrest emergencies, that early CPR and early defibrillation really gave community members the best chance of survival. And so helping to stop bleeding commonly associated with traumatic injuries, again, gives that community member the best chance of survival. So we're looking to empower the community to assist in those situations when it's safe for them to do so.
All right, Shannon, you're showing us that kit. Can you tell us what's inside it and what those items are used for?
Absolutely. So in this kit, you'll find some gloves. Everything is sort of compact to make them as efficient as possible, so we can keep. There are 8 individual Stop the Bleed kits in this station. So you'll have gloves, you'll have some trauma shears, which are really just industrial scissors to remove clothing, so that you can use the hemostatic dressings, which is a gauze that is treated with a chemical that enhances our natural ability to clot, and the pressure dressing, because we know that direct pressure can stop a good amount of that bleeding. And most importantly, there's a tourniquet. And these tourniquets are very important for the large volume blood loss that we see associated with traumatic injury.
Yeah, we see a lot of things in the movies all the time with people in a crisis situation using a tourniquet. Can you kind of demonstrate for us the proper way to use it?
Absolutely. So we're going to use this demonstration, and we're going to say that this is our traumatic injury here, with this end being closest to the body. So what we want to do is, from the foot, presumably, we would slide the tourniquet onto the limb above the level of the injury, at least a couple of inches. We're going to pull that strap as tight as we can, and then we're going to use the strap on here to twist until that blood loss, until the bleeding starts to slow. And this is going to be uncomfortable, unfortunately, but it is going to be potentially life-saving. Once you've twisted it until you can't twist anymore and the bleeding has slowed, you'll slide that into this little strap provided, close the Velcro, and then with the marker in your kit, you'll mark the time that you put this on, and that's super important for care received at the hospital.
Outstanding information. Shannon, thank you so much, and good luck with the event coming up on Friday.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. We're excited.